Starting stream in 3, 2, 1. It is now live.
And we're back, or so I'm told, allegedly. I'd like to have Dylan take credit for making sure that the stream's working.
And
You're
I
welcome.
see the play. I see the playback. We're good.
Okay, cool. Welcome everybody. For everyone that is returning, thank you for your continued support. For everyone who this might be your first stream catching us, welcome back, or welcome for the first. Either way, you're welcome. This is a show where we try to retell the most popular and beloved Batman stories in a consistent, coherent timeline. Not into Batman yet, so it's all been origins for these episodes, but we're getting closer and closer. Bruce Wayne has returned to Gotham after training overseas for 6 years, and Gotham is a powder keg waiting to explode. So tonight, for our episode, I'm going to go ahead and have all of our voice actors go through and introduce themselves in order of our chat here and what characters you're going to play. So whenever you're ready, go ahead.
My name is John Archer. I'll be voicing whatever random side extras we need tonight, because the regular characters I do are not around.
My name is Adam New, and I play Harvey Bullock.
My name is Dylan Rasbold, aka Night Kiwi on most places, and I am going to be playing Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh, I'm technically next, aren't I? Hello, my name is Cade. I don't believe I'm playing anyone here except for maybe an extra here and there.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Julie Madison.
Hi, I'm Grant. I'm not going to be anyone in this episode, but I will be playing Sionis very soon.
Hi, my name's James. I will be voicing Clancy O'Hara.
Hi, my name is Jazzy Oliver. I will be voicing Lonnie Manchin.
I believe you just arrived, but we are doing introductions right now, Joel. If you're able to go through and introduce yourself.
Sorry about that. Yes, this is Joel Williams. Can you hear me okay?
Just fine.
Thank you. I am voicing James Gordon.
Remember going down the list. So if you're voicing anyone, Josh.
Hi there, I'm Josh Lee. I usually play Howard Brandon, although I am sure not appearing in this production.
Okay, thank you. Lucy, you got anyone in this first episode?
I don't believe so. My name is Lucia Loisvia. I will be Catwoman in the next episode. I'm not doing anyone in this one, but I wrote it, so I'm like my fingerprints are all over it, or claw marks, if you want to say. Wow.
She's taking all the credit. Hi,
I am
Mickey. And today I'll be subbing for Kid Barbara.
Hello, I'm Carl G. Brooks, reading for Bruce Wayne.
Hey, I'm Ron. I'm not anybody in the first episode, but I will be somebody in the next one.
Hello, I'm Sophie B, and I'm serving as understudy for Gertrude, Clancy's wife.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Lee, Sword of Destiny Johnson, audio engineer and narrator for tonight.
Hi, I'm Cloudy, and I do extras, and in the next episode, I'm going to be voicing Lee.
Hello, my name is Tick, and I'm not in this episode, but in the next one I'll be voicing Penguin.
I am Cadeau, and I will be voicing Edward Nashton. Yes.
Wonderful work, everyone. All right, then if there's no further ado.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, everyone have the episode opened up. Then I think we can go ahead and start with episode 15.
All right. Thus begins Batman Athenaeum, featuring my cat meowing. Episode 15, Wanted, by Lucia Lobosfia, based on the works of Bill Finger and Bob Kane. Interior, Wayne Manor. Bruce's room, morning. Bruce is once again stressing over what to wear. Alfred comes in with a breakfast tray, which he sets on the nightstand.
Breakfast is served. What's all this then?
I don't. A wardrobe?
Alfred looks at the hodgepodge of different outfit pieces, ranging from way too formal to way too informal.
For what? A funeral or a college frat party?
Alright, if you must know, it's for, when I see Julie for my, first date. Ever.
Ah, yes. Your bank girl. You date with Madison, of course. I thought you were having dinner, though.
We are.
Does one usually dress for dinner as early as 8 in the morning?
It's better than laying in bed worrying about what I'm gonna wear until dinner time arrives and still having no idea what I'm gonna be wearing.
Alfred comes over, offering Bruce a cup of tea, which he takes.
Have a seat. Take a breath. Didn't they teach you meditation techniques to calm the mind?
Bruce sits on the edge of his bed, sipping his tea.
That was for surviving life or death situations, not women.
Alfred goes to the closet and starts picking out things for Bruce.
The fairer sex are indeed a mystery, but man's incompetence has yet to doom the species. You're here, aren't you? The latest link in an unbroken chain of successful suitors.
Alfred comes back into the room with the perfect outfit and matching shoes.
Here we are, then.
Bruce sets his teacup down on the vanity and goes over to take the suit from Alfred.
Thanks.
You'll do fine. You're a good man, one I'm tremendously proud of.
Bruce smiles slightly.
Yeah? And women like men whose butlers are proud of them?
Any woman worth their time will. And if all else fails, there's always your dashing good looks and tremendous fortune to fall back on.
Of course. If all else fails.
Bruce chuckles, smiling, and holds the outfit up against himself in the mirror. Interior, GCPD. Entrance. Barbara Gordon skips in. Bullock greets her as she enters.
Hey there, cutie pie. You going my way?
Good morning, Detective Bullock.
And to what do we owe this early morning visit? Ain't you got school at this hour?
Got let out early. Emotional distress.
Ah, on account of your pop in the riot last night.
It was so scary.
Harvey tilts his fedora back and leans down to whisper to Barbara.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Forgive me for saying so, but you don't look all that emotional. Or distressed, for that matter.
Years of academy training. I assure you, I'm teetering on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Bullock laughs. Taking off his hat and smooshing it onto Barbara's head. It's way too big on her.
Sure you are, you scamp. Get out of here before your dad catches you ditching.
You're not gonna tell him?
Hey, I didn't see nothing.
Barbara smiles and hurries off. Interior, GCPD, server room. Ed squats in front of the doorway, wearing workman's goggles. Beside him is a folding table covered in tools and containers of disinfectant wipes. He's managed to remove the destroyed door, but loose wires hang out everywhere. He's working on getting that fixed. Just as he leans in close, super focused, Barbara pokes her head in suddenly.
Morning!
Ed falls back on his butt, clutching his chest in surprise.
Gah! Was that really necessary? You nearly gave me a coronary.
I wanted to thank you for saving me.
You wanted to thank me by doing the very thing I ask you constantly not to do. Interrupt my work. What time is it even? Shouldn't you be in school?
While Ed checks his watch, Barbara reaches into her backpack and pulls out a book. It's a copy of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien.
Surprise!
Ed jumps again, startled, this time getting to his feet.
Wretched creature, can you desist with the loud and sudden outbursts? I'm trying to focus on very sensitive machinery over here.
He suddenly realizes she's holding something.
What is that?
A first edition copy of The Hobbit. I looked all over my room for it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Then I remembered Jamie had it last. I haven't been in his room since he disappeared, since Mom died. It felt weird being in there without his permission, but Dad says he's coming home soon, so I'm sure he'll forgive me. Here, take it.
Ed tentatively takes the book, grabbing his disinfectant hand wipes and wiping the book down. He then pulls up his goggles and opens up the book cover to read the dedication inside.
To my little hobbits, James Jr. and Barbara, love Mom. This was your mother's?
Mm-hmm. She got her hands on it when she was young, and she kept it in great condition.
I can't possibly take this.
He attempts to hand it back. She frowns.
Why not?
It's a precious heirloom. You'll regret not having it to give your own children someday.
Ed shoves it back into her chest a little too roughly, causing Barbara to stumble back a few steps. He puts his goggles back on and squats back to his work. Barbara stomps her foot indignantly.
Who says I'm even having kids? Maybe I don't want any.
Of course you'd think that. You're an immature child.
I'm not stupid just because I'm young. Romance is dumb. I'm never getting married, and I'm never having kids. Why don't you take it and give it to your future rude, ugly kids?
Ed turns to her and frowns.
You're looking at a face not even a mother could love. In my case, children are neither a possibility nor a desire.
Of course you'd think that. You're an angsty teenager.
Ed made an offended squawk. Barbara slams the book down on the table.
Be careful with that! It's a first edition!
Sorry, I'm just an immature child, remember? Maybe you should hold on to it for me until I'm all grown up and boy crazy and stupid.
I didn't mean to offend you. It was a thoughtful gift.
Well, maybe by then you'll have learned not to be the worst human being ever. I hate boys, and I hate you!
Barbara storms off. Ed sighs, realizing this is on him. He stands, wiping his hands clean, and takes the book. He tucks it into his messenger bag and leaves. Interior, GCPD, entrance. Bullock sees Ed on his way out.
Hey, actually, where you going?
Early lunch.
Yeah, right. You never take a lunch break. You got a date or something?
No, you serial divorcee. Not all of us are enslaved by base animal instincts.
Ed turns to leave angrily, running into Lonnie just as Gordon and Clancy are bringing him into the station. Ed stumbles back.
Sorry. I saw you, but my handlers wouldn't let me move out of the way.
You're James Gordon Jr.
Nah, you got the wrong guy. Lonnie Mansion. I'd shake your hand, but, you know.
Lonnie holds up his cuffed hands in the closet, a closest approximation to a shrug he can manage.
That's quite all right. It was just as much my fault.
And you are?
Right, all right, keep him moving. I got him from here, O'Hara, thanks.
Gordon takes Lonnie away. Clancy looks at Ed.
What's happened to you? You look right red as a tomato, you do. What's got you so flustered?
It's nothing, Clancy. I just...
The kid's got a date.
Actually, yes, I do. With a beautiful woman. Excuse me.
Hey, said the thing! Good old, actually.
Ed storms out. Clancy turns to Bullock.
Why do you pick on him like that, Bullock?
What can I say? I got a soft spot for the kid.
Interior, GCPD, Gordon's office. Barbara sits in the corner of Gordon's office, curled up, face hidden against her knees, pouting. Gordon enters with Lonnie, shutting the door behind them.
Take a seat. Don't make a scene.
Lonnie sits down in a chair across from Gordon's desk. Gordon moves behind his desk and sits. Lonnie holds up his cuffed wrists.
Do you mind?
Gordon sighs, but pulls out his keys, about to undo the cuffs.
Christ, Jamie.
Barbara hears his name and looks up.
Jamie?
Lonnie and Gordon both blink in surprise as Barbara jumps to her feet and runs over, throwing her arms around her brother.
You're back!
Babs?
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in school.
Barbara lets go of Lonnie, taking a couple steps back and hiding her hands behind her back, eyes downcast. Busted.
They let me out early for emotional distress.
Without calling me first. I don't think so. Is that Bullock's hat?
Barbara takes off the hat and hides it behind her back quickly.
I don't know. I just found it.
Barbara, wait outside. I'll deal with you later.
But Dad!
March!
Barbara pouts, but does as she's told.
And shut...
Hey, really quick. Joel, can I just ask you to raise your volume a little? You sound... I think you're a little quiet.
Yeah, 1 second.
And then let's go ahead and pick it up from...
From where?
Barbara's I don't know, I just found it because you guys were so great. Thank you. Barbara's I don't know, I just found it because you guys were like chef's kiss. I felt bad to even interrupt.
All right, is that better?
Yeah.
Much better. Barbara takes off the hat and hides it behind her back quickly.
I don't know. I just found it.
Barbara, wait outside. I'll deal with you later.
But Dad!
March!
Barbara pouted, but does as she's told.
And shut...
Barbara slams the door shut.
The door.
Babs never did take kindly to unquestionable authority. She's an independent thinker. Guess we both got that from Mom's side.
Gordon glares at Lonnie, catching his implication, and grabs his hands, roughly undoing the cuffs. Lonnie rubs his sore wrists.
There. Now you ready to talk about this, like adults?
That depends. Will I be tried as one?
It's not going to trial. I talked to D.A. Patterson. They're offering you a plea deal with diversion. Do 4 months community service and stay out of trouble for a year, and this whole thing gets wiped off your record.
And what about all my fellow protesters who don't have a police captain as a father? They get the same deal?
No, I don't have that kind of authority, Jamie. I had to call in every favor and shred of goodwill I've built up over the years just to get you off the hook.
Even though I was the one leading the protest?
It was a riot!
It was a peaceful protest until your jackbooted thugs started firing at us!
And you people fired back! What the hell were you doing with guns at a supposedly peaceful protest? Where did you even get them?
I don't know, Dad! Checked any of your own evidence lockers lately?
Gordon slams his fist on his desk, silencing Lonnie's rising voice.
If you're accusing the police of supplying you with illegal, unregistered weapons, then you better give me names, badge numbers, descriptions, anything!
Lonnie leans back in his seat, looking away, arms crossed.
You know I can't do that. The moment I name anyone, my life and the lives of everyone I associate with are forfeit. Including Babs.
Oh, suddenly you care about the consequences of your actions.
I always cared! I just don't have the power to make a difference here! Even if I name names, would you be able to get the same deal for all of my comrades? Well, would you?
Lonnie stands up, leaning over the desk to glare at Gordon. Gordon locks eyes with Lonnie. Neither backs down. Lonnie finally scoffs and sits back down.
Didn't think so.
Look, you can hate me all you want to, that's fine. Just take the deal and let's go home, all right? Please, Jamie.
Lonnie looks at Gordon defiantly and puts up his wrists to be cuffed.
My name is Lonnie Mansion.
Don't! You're looking at a felony here. If they found out you were leading that riot, they might even escalate this charge to domestic terrorism. That means federal prison. I'll be powerless to help you there.
The same as every other father who loses a child to this godforsaken city.
I won't do it. I won't play your little game. Whatever point you think you're making with this overblown teen rebellion, it's gone too far. You're taking the deal.
Lonnie looks at Gordon, then stands, running for the door. Gordon scrambles to stop him, following after, but it's too late. Interior GCPD bullpen. Lonnie runs out into the bullpen with Gordon in hot pursuit.
I did it! I led the charge on Wayne Manor. I fired the first shot on our side. I threw the first Molotov. Every single act of defiance was done by me or on my orders. It was all me! If you want someone to blame so the people of Gotham buy the propaganda that you're the solution to the violence in this godforsaken city rather than the main cause of it, you're looking right at him. I confess! Let no one else take the blame for what I did, for what I ordered them to do!
Barbara walks up to Lonnie, taking his hand.
Jamie?
Lonnie looks down at Barbara, eyes filled with pain.
Sorry, kiddo. I've got the wrong guy.
Lonnie pulls his hand away from hers as cops surround him, guns drawn.
We can see them.
Lonnie complies, putting his hands up.
What?
Hey, hold your fire. I got this.
Bullock pushes through the crowd to get to Lonnie first.
Keep your hands off of him!
Barbara shoves Bullock as hard as she can.
No sudden movements! On the ground, now!
Hey! There's no need for that. I got it under control.
For God's sake! Come and get your child, Gordon!
Gordon rushes over and scoops up Barbara. He looks at Lonnie intensely. He doesn't want to leave him.
Son!
Every cop in this room is gunning to fire. Do you want her to catch a stray bullet? Go!
Gordon is torn. He looks at Barbara in his arms, then at Lonnie. Clancy puts a hand on Gordon's shoulder.
Go on to your office, Captain. We'll make sure he gets into a holding cell unharmed.
Anyone fires a shot in here, they're going in a cell with him.
You heard the captain. Guns down.
The cops slowly put their guns down. Bullock takes Lonnie's hands and brings them behind him, cuffing him.
You had the right to remain silent. Anything you could say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Bullock ushers Lonnie away as he reads him his Miranda rights.
No! Jamie! That's my brother! Give him back! No! Bring him back here!
Gordon carries Barbara away against her struggling. Interior, Wayne Manor, Bruce's room, evenings. Bruce lies in bed, taking a nap. He hears screams in his dreams.
Bruce!
That's my son! Give him back!
Please. You don't have to do this.
Screams and gunfire. Bruce sits up awake suddenly, panting. He runs a hand through his hair, shuddering. He gets out of bed wearing only his boxers, going into the bathroom. Interior, Wayne Manor, Bruce's room, bathroom. Bruce splashes water over his face and rinses out his mouth, shuddering, trying to calm down. He dries off his face with a towel and looks in the mirror.
Why is it still so vivid?
He catches sight of a clock's reflection in the mirror. It's 8:15 p.m. Bruce squints, making it out. Then suddenly panics.
Julie!
He hurries out of the bathroom. Interior, Wayne Manor, downstairs landing. Bruce comes rushing down the steps, fixing up his button-up shirt and cuffs as he does so, tucking his shirt into his slacks. A mess. He stops at the bottom of the stairs, spotting Alfred and Julie at the dining room table. Interior, Wayne Manor, dining room. Alfred is sharing a glass of wine with her. Julie is laughing. Alfred spots Bruce.
Ah, Master Bruce. How kind of you to join us.
Bruce hurries over, a disheveled mess.
Julie, I'm so sorry. I know we said 7:30. I shut my eyes for a moment and...
Julie smiles, giggling.
It's fine. I'd rather have you well rested anyway. I barely even felt the wait, honestly. Alfred kept me entertained. I lost track of time myself.
Always a pleasure to share conversation with a lady whose wit is as fine as her taste.
You see? What a charmer. Careful he doesn't steal me away.
Alfred stands, smiling.
I will bring out the appetizers.
Alfred goes. Bruce stands there. Awkward. He doesn't know what to do.
So, how was your ride here?
Eventful. I read a book the whole way. Are you going to sit down? You're making me nervous.
Right. Yeah, of course. Oh.
Bruce goes and sits on the other side of the very long dining table, which places him way, way far away from his date.
Oh, all the way over there?
Yeah, sorry. Still waking up.
No, I mean, are you going to sit? You know what? I'll just come over to you.
Julie moves to sit next to Bruce, bringing over her wine glass and the bottle Alfred left for her.
Oh, I see. I get it. Yeah, that. Was an odd thing to do, wasn't it?
You don't do private audiences very often, do you?
Not since high school. No.
Well, you did go missing for 6 years. That probably has something to do with it.
I think you might be right.
Can I pour you a glass? It's a Merlot. It's very good. Alfred picked it out.
Julie pours him a glass.
Ah, wine. Sure. I'll confess, I don't know that I'll be drinking tonight.
No?
I have a lot of work in the morning. What with just getting back and having checked in with Wayne Enterprises or any of the subsidiaries, I don't even know what the stock is at.
Julie covers one of Bruce's hands with hers.
Bruce, calm down. You're going 100 miles a minute. I can barely keep up, and I'm only a couple glasses in.
Bruce clears his throat.
Right. Sorry. Again.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think you'd never had a girl over for dinner before.
Bruce takes his glass of wine and gulps at it after all, nervous.
No. Shut up. Am I your first date?
Bruce chokes on his wine a bit. He grabs his napkin and coughs, trying to clear his throat. Julie laughs in shock.
Oh my gosh.
It's not a problem, is it?
No, I'm just surprised. Honestly, it's kind of an honor.
I take it you've been to lots of dates?
Way more than I care to count.
And where am I ranking so far?
Relax. You're not even cracking the top 10 worst.
Really?
Yeah, your house is clean, the wine is amazing, and you manage to dress appropriately. You'd be surprised how many men can't manage that last one.
I can't imagine.
Right? Clothes are a no-brainer. There's dressing guides everywhere nowadays, but so many guys can't seem to manage it.
I suppose we get penalized less harshly for our fashion faux pas than women do.
You can say that again. I wore a season inappropriate dress to a party one time as a teenager. The press will never let me live it down.
She sips her wine.
I'm sure you look stunning in it, just the same.
It was way too skimpy. I cringe thinking about it now. But who doesn't when they think about their teen years?
Yeah, I certainly agree with you there.
It's hard living it down. I had my wild phase in my teens. I grew out of it and have been busting my tail ever since. But what does every headline call me? Party girl bank heiress. Ugh, I can see why you just up and disappeared. Gave you a chance to reinvent yourself away from prying eyes.
Is that what you think I vanished? I. To get away from the press? To figure myself out?
That's what I would do, yeah. Why? Am I wrong?
Bruce smiles at her fondly.
No, not really.
Alfred comes in with appetizers, serving them.
Here we are, spanakopita bites with bacon wrapped dates stuffed with brie.
Spanakopita?
It's a sort of Greek Spanish puff. Oh, spinach puff.
Oh, it smells delicious. Thank you, Alfred.
Thanks, Alfred.
I'd better go check on the main course then.
Alfred leaves. Julie tries a spinach puff.
This is incredible. Where did you find this guy? He's the complete package. Butler, chef, sommelier, evening entertainment. What can he do?
He's a friend of my father's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up.
Julie grabs a spanakopita and offers Bruce a bite.
Spinach puff?
Thank you. Yeah, it's hot. Hot. Ugh.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm going to be your worst date.
Julie offers Bruce her glass of water. He drinks it down.
Whew. That's impossible. I mean, this is already the best dinner of my adult life.
Oh yeah? Let's see if we can mess that up.
He chuckles. And they smile at each other. Interior, Wayne Manor, study, night. Bruce and Julie sit on the couch, shoes kicked off, tipsy. Julie polishes off her glass of wine, nearly falling back from tilting her head back so far to get the every last drop.
It was quite the culture shock. Oop.
Bruce catches her and then gently takes the wine glass, setting it aside.
Oops. Guess I've had more than enough.
I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Oh yeah? I protest. I want to speak to your manager. Don't you know who I am?
Julie leans into Bruce really close. Bruce blushes, his arms on either side of her. Not sure what to do.
Miss Madison, of course. You're our most valued patron. Though I regret to inform you, I am the manager.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Julie throws her arms around Bruce and kisses him. He's stunned for a moment, but gradually goes with it, wrapping his arms around her. Behind them, Alfred enters with a tray of steaming mugs of coffee and some after-dinner mints. He clears his throat and sets the tray down on the coffee table. Bruce and Julie spring apart immediately, blushing.
Coffee, cream, sugar, chocolate sauce, if that's to your taste, and some after-dinner mints.
Yes, thank you, Alfred.
Will you be needing anything else? A change of clothing, perhaps?
No, thank you, Alfred. That'll be all.
Very good, sir.
Alfred leaves. Bruce covers his face with his hand.
I am so sorry about him.
Julie throws herself into Bruce's lap, arms around his neck again.
Don't apologize. I like him. Besides, now that we got that out of the way, he won't interrupt again. You know what that means?
Bruce looks at her, sheepish.
What does it mean?
Whatever you want it to mean. This is your first date. You set the limits.
I,
Bruce looks down, blushing but smiling.
Okay, shy boy. How about I take the lead and you let me know if you've hit your curfew? How's that?
Bruce looks up at her and nods.
Good. Now, where was I?
Complaining to the manager?
Oh, yeah! This is an outrage. I demand you do something.
She kisses him again. When she pulls back, Bruce smiles.
Well, I'll have to see what we can do for you, Miss Madison. We'd hate to lose your business.
Do you mean it? You really want me?
Very much.
Interior, Wayne Manor. Right outside the study. Alfred listens in. Then, once he's certain all is well, he quietly shuts the door and heads off.
Thank goodness.
Exterior, Wayne Manor. Morning. Julie's driver pulls the car around. Julie exits from the house, wearing her clothes from last night, tugging Bruce out after her. Bruce is in a loose-fitting shirt and pants. Super casual, hair mussed, and happy. She kisses him again, giggling, as Alfred opens the back passenger door for her. Bruce crosses his arm, trying to be cool.
Thank you, Alfred.
Thank you, Miss Madison. I hope we'll be seeing you again soon.
Bet on it. I still need to hear the rest of that story you were telling me.
Julie gets in the car.
You've got my number.
Bruce blinks, arms uncrossing.
I do?
Yeah, I left it under your pillow.
She blows a kiss to Bruce as Alfred shuts the car door. The car drives off.
Oh dear. However did her phone number end up under your pillow? Did Miss Madison have trouble finding the guest bedroom I made up for her?
Don't start.
Bruce storms off inside while Alfred laughs, picking up the newspaper from the ground, and follows him inside. Interior, Wayne Manor, entrance. Bruce huffs, crossing his arms, pacing slightly.
Something wrong? I thought you enjoyed your time with Miss Madison.
I did. She's wonderful.
Then whatever is the matter?
This wasn't part of the plan.
Plan? What plan?
You know what plan. The vow I made.
What, to your parents? To Harvey? Master Bruce, I think you'd find all interested parties would want you to be happy.
Bruce whirls on Alfred.
That doesn't matter.
It certainly does. I knew Thomas for many years, longer than you. He wouldn't want his son torturing himself.
My father was a man of integrity. A man's word is his bond. I promised.
So then what of Miss Madison? You didn't just go upstairs and throw a little love note to the contact information in the garbage? You've gotten what you've wanted for her. Now you're finished?
It's not like that.
I don't think she'll see it any other way, Master Bruce. And why would she?
Bruce groans, turning away and stalking off to lean against the dining room doorway.
I don't want to hurt her.
Alfred walks over.
Then don't. Why not just try? See where things go. It was only a first date. You don't have to marry her.
Alfred offers Bruce the newspaper. Bruce shuts his eyes, thinking about it. He finally nods, opening his eyes and taking the newspaper.
Fine.
Splendid. I'll make you some breakfast, since I could scarcely get you out of bed to eat this morning.
Alfred walks past Bruce, into the dining room to set up.
Okay, but no more dinner dates. Daytime only. I need my nights free.
Alfred stops in his tracks and turns back to Bruce.
Whatever for?
You know what.
Bruce holds up the newspaper. The front page news says, Wayne Manor riot leader escapes.
Wayne Manor riot leader escapes? How?
Alfred walks over and grabs the newspaper.
They bombed an armored police vehicle?
Bruce walks away.
You can't be serious. He's wanted for terrorism. You can't fight men like these.
Bruce makes it to the top of the stairs.
Somebody has to.
End.
Woo. Very clean read. Oh my goodness.
Everyone, you were so good.
Oh, gee. Oh, Jesus.
Yay.
We did it.
So freaking good.
Yep.
Oh.
Very clean read. That was fast.
That was wonderful. I wrote that and I'm still like, wow, the shivers I'm having. All right. So we're gonna take a quick 10-minute, and I mean 10-minute for once. I know we're bad about this bathroom break for everyone to get drinks, go to the restroom. And then we will be doing the next episode.
See you in 17 minutes.
Rather than stopping the stream, I'm probably just gonna be talking to you guys while everyone goes and takes their break. So we will start again at 50 or 51, whatever it is. So it's 10 minutes. So everyone go, take your breaks, go, and I will.
Am I permitted to do a shout out real quick?
Absolutely, do your shout out.
So I think my friend Steven is still watching. So hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Hello,
support.
I have to
And
say that
you do want the stream to
You
keep
think
going? Just
you think you're safe? You think you're safe, Steven?
what were you saying, Kiwi?
You do want the stream to keep going then?
Yeah,
Got
we'll stop it to switch the thumbnail, but I
Understood.
think
I can do
we'll
that on the
keep
fly
it.
as well. It's super easy.
Oh, cool. Then we'll just keep the stream going for now.
Understood.
Wow, guys. So what did you think? I wrote that, and I'm still wowed by the talent of our VAs. It still shook me, and I already knew everything that was going to happen. Jeez, golly.
I hate that. I hate that Joel is such a good scene partner because he made working on this fucking scene more emotionally taxing than I was prepared for. So,
That was wow, you guys.
Sorry.
Just
no, you did a good job, dude. I'm not faulting you for it. It's just I was
She's
God,
getting
that
your
was
talent, dude. You drained her because you were so good.
no, like it was something I got super into, and then when the scene was done, it was like I needed to get out of my booth. I don't know, you can probably tell that I'm on my laptop. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out because I was like, okay, time to calm down, Jazzy.
Yeah, that was really intense. And both the kids did a good job too. It's
Yeah, Mickey, thank you for last minute filling in for little Babs. You were heartbreakingly petulant and adorable and mischievous. Broke my heart. And God, Gordon and James Gordon Jr. / Lonnie, like you guys just play off each other so well. I feel all the different dynamics of love and hatred and frustration and pain. And it's just and on the flip side, the warmth and charm of like two people falling for each other slowly of new, young, like innocent crushes and love and I think that Hannah, you're Julie, like that could have easily come off as someone being really like rude or annoying or like someone being pushy or whatever, and you didn't. You were so charming and charismatic and sweet and understanding and kind and a little mischievous, pushing his buttons. And Carl, your Bruce was that perfect chord between being awkward and unsure and stumbling without feeling so awkward and unsure and stumbling that it didn't feel like Bruce. So you felt like a very young, unsure Bruce, and it was just so heartwarming after the emotionally taxing scene that we had, and every scene with Alfred and Bruce together was just so fatherly and in the chat people were saying things about DILF Alfred and that Ed had clearly invented DILFs because he had to take the credit.
And then he took the credit.
Also, Harvey Bullock, our Harvey Bullock, Adam. I know that your character wasn't the point character, but I have to say I noticed all of the different levels of you and your warmth towards Babs, like winking, like I could hear the I didn't see nothing. Like you were so like such a charming rapscallion.
I
You
just
felt like
came back
someone-
as you started saying that. I was
I was saying I loved your Bullock. That I know it's tough because your character wasn't the focus character, and yet you added so much. Your dynamic with Babs was so like loving and fun and playful, like the fun uncle, right? That's like, hey, it's fine, ditch school, it's not a big deal, I got you. And then how serious you got trying to de-escalate the situation compared to James, your Clancy was very quiet and understated because Harvey's the one shouting at everyone like, hey, put your guns down, I got it. And then you're the quieter one, talking to Gordon like, hey, we got it, it's fine. And you guys playing good cop bad cop quite literally very well there. So
And thank you for
everyone
writing that
today.
scene. You did great.
Everyone today, as always, Chris, thank you. I know you worked a long full shift today and you were exhausted. Thank you for being our ever reliable narrator. I'm still like a little bit emotional and like it's hard to get shocked by things you wrote because like you wrote it, right? But still, you guys were all so wonderful.
Joel, you all right, man? Where'd you fucking go? I'm trying to show concern, damn it.
Dad, where'd you go, Dad?
I went to go get a drink and I had my headset on.
It was break time. He could.
You're gonna leave me again, Dad?
Secondary dad moment where you don't want to admit your concern for him, but then the
But then he's
worry.
gone.
Look,
then he
look,
doesn't
look,
answer.
I'm still reeling in emotionally from the scene, so it's like
Dude, Joel, you went to get your drink, and Jazzy was trying to say how much she hates you because you're so good, and you made her so emotional, and she played off of you. You were so good, and you weren't answering. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And we're all here like, "Yeah, you pretend not to love your dad until he's gone. Until he's gone."
You don't care.
Then the truth is
No, I even said in the Discord chat that I was happy that I wasn't in another scene this episode and I only have one line the next because it was like that was hard to do, so
Yeah, that was really rough emotionally. Also there was like a script direction where it was like Gordon is really choked up as he says this, and I'm like, I am choked up. You don't need to tell me that.
I'm already there.
No, it's like, yeah. It's like you don't need to tell me I'm holding back tears. I am. It's like
I
fuck.
also want to point out again how difficult it is to do a character like Julie, who was like in Batman issue #1. She's such an old character, and like there's no basis for this character, and still you gave her so much life and vibrancy, and made her so likable, despite there not being like a basis for this character. So thank you, Hannah, for taking her on and making her so lovable.
Wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
So for the next episode that we're going to start in a few minutes here, I have 2 female sidekicks for the Penguin, Lark and Wren. So Hannah, if you want to be Lark, and Mickey, if you want to do Wren.
Sure, that sounds good.
And then I have Gertrude, of course, is going to be Sophie. Let me see if there's any other parts here that need people here. I don't think so. I don't think
can I
there's-
be a
Batman
goon?
has to fight 3 goons.
Wait, hold on. Joel, what were you going to say?
Can I be a goon?
I think the goons I'm gonna give to people who didn't have roles. So
That's
it's
fair.
3 goons. So Archer, I'm gonna have you be a goon.
Which goon? So I know in
I
advance.
don't know, pick a number.
What page is it on in the script? Then I can go there and pick
Cade,
one.
you're gonna be a goon as soon as you guys sort out which goon you're gonna be. There's 3 of them. So Archer, you're a goon. Cade, you're a goon. And is
Okay.
Brandon in this one? I don't know where Howard Brandon is. Is he?
I want to be goon too. I already know which
No.
one goon would be.
Okay, if
I'm
Howard
gonna
Brandon
try
isn't in it, then I'm going to say, Josh, you go ahead and be the 3rd goon. So you guys figure out. Okay, so Cade goon 1, Archer be goon 2, and Josh be goon 3. Is that all good?
By me.
There's a 4th one.
I can say blast him real fast. It ain't that hard.
Wait, there's a 4th and a 5th.
There's a 4th with 1 line. It's just blast him.
All right, you can do the 4th one too, Cade. We're good.
Okay.
And then there's a host who can do a really good squeaky voice teenager.
Please, please let me. Please.
All right, you could be him, and then I have a sommelier, like a wine sommelier. Who wants to be the wine sommelier?
If Archer's doing double duty, I can follow suit.
Okay, then you can be the wine sommelier. Just be really, really like pompous and stuck up
Snooty.
sounding. Yeah, very snooty.
I also see a prison guard on page 10.
Yes,
oh yeah,
he has
who wants to be the jerk prison guard that picks on Catwoman?
All right, not everyone at once now. I know it's a very popular rule. It's basically as popular as Jason.
Hey, Sam made it. Sam, you want to be the jerk prison guard? Just
Sure
in
thing.
time. We're giving away jerk prison guard.
I've always wanted a jerk prison guard.
Perfect. Is that everyone? That's all the little extra parts.
Come to Lucia Lobos Villa's Jerk Prison Guard Emporium.
All right, it's
I
time
was
to
gonna-
start. It's
Yep.
time to start.
Yep, so I'm going
Uh,
to stop the recording and then start it again just to go through and have the files be separate for the uploads.
All right.
But the streams will keep going, so stopping the recording.